Hello, crypto boys and ghouls, and welcome back to the channel, Tales from the Cryptmancer, where we feature content on play-to-earn games on the blockchain, such as Splinterlands. And today I wanted to do a quick update to our series on Mavchat Bytes, basically critical information happening in Mavchat that you should be aware of and how it affects the game. And today we got notice of a new DAO proposal here, specifically to help, I guess, address more of the bot earning issues, especially probably at the bronze and silver and perhaps gold leagues as well. And this proposal is set forth to come into the game, and it's basically, I guess, adjusting rewards based on card level is the next iteration of reward share refinement here. If we read what the proposal is stating, the proposal has a goal to change and encourage players to own and or rent higher level cards and encourage combining cards by reducing the amount of reward shares earned by cards used in battles that are below the intended levels for each league. So I guess the translation there is basically if you're a bot or someone playing in Gold League with 1 BCX summoners and 1 BCX cards, well, moving forward, if this proposal were to pass, your reward share earnings for your daily and end of season chest would be reduced because you're kind of not playing at the level at which the game encourages you to play at. Originally, they said that collection power was introduced to kind of help with this from a league perspective, but now that they're using reward shares and the new ranked reward battles are in place, this way of tuning the system or the game mechanics is something that they can now do and put into their formula. And what their formula is doing is saying that the minimum league level of cards to earn full rewards at each league is as such. And you can see here in the chart what it breaks down to. It's level 1 for bronze. For silver, it's going to be a level 3 common, level 2 rare, level 2 epic, and level 1 legendary. And if we take a look at the silver league levels, we can see what the max card levels are. The max, at least summoner level limits, not the monster level limits, are 5 for common, 4 for rare, 3 for epic, and 2 for legendary. So if you look at this chart, to receive full rewards, you're looking at a level 3 compared to level 5. You're looking at a level 2 rare compared to a level 4 max. And you're looking at a level 2 epic compared to a level 3 epic max, and a level 1 legendary compared to a level 2 legendary max. So it's not saying that you have to have max level cards for silver, but you can't really earn max rewards with just 1 BCX. And the same can be said for other league levels here, including gold, diamond, and only at champion rewards you need to have max level cards across the board. So it's giving you some buffer there for sure to be able to play at a high level but not have to have max level cards for the level that you're playing in. And basically it talks about how you can still play with starter cards or lower level cards. You're just going to have your reward shares reduced. And it talks a little bit about the formula here and how it's calculated. It's calculated by card, including your summoner, and then it just basically does the calculation here based on the level that you have versus the level that you're supposed to have, and it's pretty straightforward. And basically what the proposal concludes with is ultimately the Splinterlands team believes that this change will go a long way towards preventing some of the workarounds that some players are using in order to earn large amounts of rewards with cheap, low-level cards, and should help encourage more card combining and provide more value to owning and renting higher-level cards going forward. So again, this is another hit towards bot farms and potentially players that are trying to do the bare minimum when it comes to renting or owning at the different league levels. So what's interesting with this proposal here is something to talk about outside the proposal is the cost of competing in the current league levels right now. And let me go to Splinter Cards and share some data here for you because, well, we like data from time to time on this channel. Now, if we look at Silver League level, for example, and we look at the Chaos Legion set value here, the Chaos Legion set value for Silver is 1,274 if you were to get a max level set of Chaos Legion. Now, we know you don't need max level cards to get 100% rewards. You can see in the example that we just went through, you can have lower level cards. But let's just take, for example, as an estimate that you need, let's say, maybe not a whole set to be competitive in Modern, but you might need half of the cards to be competitive, and you might need them at, let's say, half level. Again, it's not a apples to apples or straight exact comparison, but if we were to divide 1274 in half to say, well, really to be competitive, maybe we only need half of the total cards in Chaos Legion. We don't need all of them. For example, maybe we don't need a Hardy Stonefish as an example. So let's say then we're at $637 to get a competitive silver level deck. And of that silver level deck, maybe we only need to get cards up to, level 3 versus level 5. So let's say we can cut that cost again in half. So now we're at roughly $318 for a competitive silver level Chaos Legion deck to own. We can do the same thing with Rift Watchers. Look at the set value here and do a similar kind of extrapolation. Half of 917 here would be like roughly 460, then 230. So you're looking at somewhere around $600, let's say, for an adequate Chaos Legion plus Rift Watchers modern set. Now, obviously, that doesn't take into account Untamed or Dice as a new player. But if you just wanted Chaos Legion and Rift Watchers, you're looking at, let's say, around $600 to earn decently with this new proposal in modern format for silver. Basically, what it means is if we're going to have an annual set where there's going to be a main set and a subset every year, it means you're basically going to have to invest into the game around, let's say, roughly speaking, $600 to be competitive in silver, and every year. Now, what I think Splinterlands needs to show from a data perspective to the players is, hey, if you play silver for a year and you invest $600 to get to this level that we're trying to have players get to from an owning perspective, it's $600. Maybe from a rental perspective, they could do the average rent and calculate that out as well. But they need to show that, in addition to playing the game for fun, you can actually earn something. So ideally, what they would be able to show is the cost of, let's say, a competitive silver level deck, given those new reward levels is, let's say, 600, and let's say you could earn, $750 a year playing Splinterlands the silver level over 365 days. Well, that's a good analysis and a good data point, because then you can say, yeah, you can have fun playing the game, and oh, by the way, you can earn a good APR playing a video game. However, if the general sentiment is out there that, hey, you have to buy all these cards at this level, and you may not be able to make your money back either by buying or renting, then that becomes problematic. So you can do the same kind of calculation for gold levels, cost values here, for the main set and the subsets, as well as at the diamond levels as well, and do your analysis. But I guess my takeaway would be is, if you're putting in a proposal here to talk about how you're changing the reward shares based on card ownership to encourage higher level card play and ownership and combining cards, then it would be also good to show a data point that shows, hey, at these levels, for example, silver at these levels, the cost of renting a deck or owning a deck of this level for modern, for example, would be X, and hopefully they can compare that to the average estimated rewards for such an investment. Because just showing that here's a level we need you to play at and to be at, because it helps, curb bot ownership or reward farming, that's fine, but make sure you put it into perspective of the average player. Like, what does it mean for me as the average player at silver, at gold, at diamond, or champion? How does this impact me and what I need to do in the game? Make it relevant to me, not just show, here's a proposal, here's what we're recommending changing. Give us the data so we can say, yeah, okay, that makes sense to do this because it should increase the value of cards and rentals, but also it should allow the player to still earn, not just to play. Because if you're playing and then paying, that's a problem. We're not really in the business of play and pay. From a gaming perspective, we'd like to be able to play and earn ideally. So that's just my take on this initial proposal: is show us more data, show us what it means to the average player at these levels, and rebuild trust with some of the player base that may see this announcement and not immediately have great thoughts, right? The other thing I will say is another news item that's worthy of discussing in our conversation today is a comment made by Aggroed, I think it was 2 days ago now, in Mavchat, that is just something to be aware of. And here's the comment from October 11th, earlier this week, in which Aggroed had mentioned in Mavchat that he's open at some point to burning remaining Chaos Legion packs. And this probably doesn't come as a surprise to many because, well, we've got roughly 5 million more packs to go into the Chaos Legion sale, and it's not moving very fast. And they've already got quite a bit of development done for the upcoming Rebellion set, and they probably want to have, as was mentioned at Splinterfest, at least a 3-month period where they don't sell packs. And if Chaos Legion takes some time into Q1 of next year to sell out, that means they're not going to be releasing Rebellion till maybe Q3 of next year, given that kind of interim period of having no packs available for sale to accumulate value for the cards. So, I think what Aggie is saying here is that, hey, we might have missed the mark on the number of Chaos Legion packs that we had allocated for printing, and instead of waiting to sell those out, maybe we look at burning those and reducing the supply there in time here and putting a calendar or a window or a countdown on that. So that could be interesting. Definitely, I think and I've mentioned this on my channel before, I think there was a miscalculation in the number of Chaos Legion packs, of 15 million packs for the set versus the number of players in the game. So for me, I think this probably makes sense, ideally. And for them, it probably makes sense as well because, well, we know that the main pack set is a way that they're able to earn money. And if you're basically telling them that you can't really earn money from Splinterlands packs for another 9 months, well, that's probably not great news for the Splinterlands team, as the Chaos Legion packs just sit on the shelf collecting dust, so to speak. So we'll see what this means. Obviously, both the potential to burn Chaos Legion packs as well as this new SPS DAO proposal are sure to bring lots of comments and feelings to many of us here in the Splinterlands community. I definitely would like to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sure there are pros and cons to both of these options going either way, and I'm sure there's going to be very strong opinions on both sides of the fence as well. Obviously, keep it friendly and keep it open to good discussion from a community perspective, but I think these are definitely topics that the team is looking to address, and I don't think any one solution is going to appease 100% of the community, but I think that something needs to be looked at both for, probably reward shares, tuning that in a little bit, as well as the sellout or number of Chaos Legion packs, as well as two very interesting topics here of discussion for Splinterlands. So we'll leave it at that. I would certainly be interested to hearing and reading your comments in the description of this video below. So feel free to leave those. Let's have a chat. And until next time, keep stacking those stats.
That's entertainment.